I'm 20 years old and I've made millions of dollars. And last month I made a little over $200,000. And it's pretty simple on how I'm making my money, obviously, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what actually got me to the point to where I can make 200K a month. And every single month my income has only gone higher every month. Like there has not been one month where it's decreased at all. And I can tell you exactly how I did it. And it's from simply not caring anymore. It's from detaching completely against reality. And it sounds the craziest to say that you will get the richest when you just let go, but it's true. And y'all have probably heard that before, like, oh, you need to just let go. Like, it sounds crazy to say, but the best advice I could ever tell anyone is to let go of reality, completely let go, because you are too attached to the results of it. If you're putting in work every single day of your life and you're still not seeing results, it's because you're too attached to the results. Imagine if you only focus on the internal in your body, you did not focus on the external. You only focus on actually becoming the best version of yourself, speaking like your millionaire version of yourself, acting like it, and then becoming it, instead of the results that are going to tie to it. That's when you get your dream life, and it's called the law of detachment. I'm sure like a lot of y'all have probably heard about it, but you might not know what it is, and I'll tell you exactly how it changed my life. Basically, I always used to think that you had to work hard in order to get rich. I thought I was going to have to work 8 to 12 hours a day every single day in order to get rich. So the days that I would wake up late, I would already have it in the back of my mind like, oh, I woke up late. Now I don't deserve to get rich. Now I don't deserve to make money this day. Or when I wouldn't work 8 hours a day, I would say, okay, I didn't work 8 hours today. The next day is going to be bad. I would tell myself these little things, but these things are not real. These things are just things that have been programmed in our head from when we were young. Like, why were we told that it's hard to be successful? Who knows? But that's just something that we were programmed to believe. And obviously, as I talk about, every single thing is belief. But if you have strong enough beliefs, you can easily detach from reality, and not just detach from reality, but detach from every single thing around you. I went through a phase of my life, like, and it was last month, and I was going out more than ever. Every night I was spending $5,000 on dinners. I didn't really go to clubs that much. I was traveling, like I was in LA probably like for 2 weeks, I think, and then I went back to Miami, and then back to LA again, and back to Miami. And I was being a little degenerate, like I'll admit it 1000%, and that's the month I made the most money. And I asked myself, like, why the month that I was the most degenerate did I make the most money? It didn't make sense to me, but then I realized it's because I was completely detached from it. I knew where my work was going to get me, and I was only working 2 to 3 hours a day, but it was the best work ever because I cared about nothing. I didn't care about the results too. I just knew it was going to get me to where I wanted to be. If you're holding on to the idea that your work is going to get you rich, you're not going to get rich because it's not the work. It is your mental that's going to get you rich. So imagine every single day you're putting in the work and you know where that work's going to take you. You're like, this is going to make me a millionaire. This is going to get me the Ferrari. This is going to give me the nice penthouse, all that sort of things. What's going to happen? It is going to get it. It is going to come. Now, the only reason it would not come is simply if you were too attached to the results behind it. Because imagine you're so attached and you feel like you need success. Everyone that's watching this, you need to stop craving success. You don't need it. You need it to just flow to you. And that is the law of detachment, letting things flow where you're in flow state 24/7. Because if you need something, let's say you do work 8 hours a day, right? You're grinding your ass off 8 hours a day. And you're seeing the results, but you feel like you need success. What's going to happen? When we feel like we need something and it doesn't come to us, as humans, what do? Fear, anxiety, doubt, everything comes in our mind. All of that stuff. It literally fills our mind. It consumes us. And if doubt and fear and things like that are consuming you, how are you supposed to detach from reality? No, you're too attached to the results behind it because you're too scared that it's not going to happen. You have a fear. And there's like a law in the world that says, like, when you fear something to happen, like when you have fear that something's either gonna happen or not gonna happen, it's more likely to happen. Fear is the number one success killer. You cannot have fear. The only way to not have fear is to just know the work you are doing and know where you're going in life is going to get you to where you want to be. The rest does not matter. The law of detachment is a real thing. But obviously it's hard to do because as humans, like, we are attached to everything. Like whether we want a girl, well, for me, when I was young, I was able to like detach from like girls really easily, which is why like I was always around women in my life. That part was easy. But for most people, let's say like the average Joe, he's so attached. He's like, oh, I want this girl so bad. The moment she shows signs that she's not interested, what is he going to do? He's going to freak out and then he's not going to get the girl. It's the same with money. Money is an energy. Every single thing is an energy. Don't be attached to it. Let it go. Let it flow. You should already just know what's going to happen without thinking about it every single day. And you can still visualize your dream life. You can think about your dream life every single day because a lot of people say like, oh, law of attraction and law of detachment, they contradict each other, but it's not true. Law of attraction and law of detachment actually go hand in hand. Law of attraction is basically becoming the millionaire version of yourself before you are the millionaire. But you detach from the results behind it. You detach from needing it. You detach from feeling like it's something that you crave and you need, and that if you don't get it, you're gonna die. Because every single story that I hear about someone online, when they felt like they needed success right now and they're at the worst, most miserable parts of their life, they stay miserable for a while. And it sounds crazy to say that the only way you're not going to be miserable anymore if you are miserable is to just let it go. But the universe has a perfect way of flowing. Everything is aligned. Everything flows perfectly. So if you align with the millionaire version of yourself, like the law of attraction says, and you become that, and then you let go and you know where it's going to take you, if you do use the law of attraction and you do use becoming the millionaire version of yourself as a tool, what's going to happen? You're gonna become a millionaire. You're gonna get rich. You're going to get whatever you want in life. That's just how things work. The law of attachment is simple. I tell people this all the time because they say that it's a hard thing to do, which I used to think as well. Like 2 years ago, I thought it was hard. I was like, how am I able to detach from my work? But no, it's focusing on the internal, not the external, because the external isn't gonna get you rich. Your thought loops, they're not going to get you rich, especially when 90% of them are negative. Imagine if you could turn your thinking off in your whole day's flow state where you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking about money. Money is going to flow to you because it's an energy. You don't feel like you need it. You're at a stage in life where it's just it's just pulling towards you. Like literally, like money is just pulling towards you and you don't even know what's happening. You're like, why is my life all of a sudden getting 10 times better? For no reason. Like you can't even comprehend why. And that's the stage that everyone goes through. Like there will be a point in your life where like, let's say you're making no money right now and your goal is 10 grand. And when you hit that 10K, that it skyrockets from 10K to 50K to then 100K. And then from there, it's endless. And it's simply because the richer you get and the more money you make, you realize that you have to just let go of it and you have to just let money flow to you because that's how it works. If you don't let money flow to you and you're so attached to it and you feel like you need it every single day, it's not going to come to you. That's not how life works. We do not get what we want from needing it. We get what we want. We get what we want from knowing that we are going to get it and knowing that it's going to happen no matter what. So that's what it should be in your life. Because if you feel like you need it, then you don't feel like you deserve it. And the law of attraction is like, you have to feel like you deserve to become a millionaire. How are you going to feel like you deserve to become a millionaire if it's a need? We don't need anything in life at all. There's nothing that we need in life. I mean, obviously, if you want to say like, oh, we need water, whatever. We do not need anything in life. Now, what we should do is let everything flow to us because we were already destined to get the life that we want to live, which is why we got a random desire placed inside of our head. That's the first step to detaching from everything. Literally, and especially detaching from money. I'm not saying detach completely from reality and become a psychopath. I'm not saying that. But for money itself, because money is an energy, the first step obviously is to detach. And how you detach is realizing that at whatever age it was, for me it was like 14 years old where I got a random desire that popped in my head telling me, Hudson, you can be a millionaire. Hudson, you can be different from every single person around you. Your family doesn't have these dreams. The friends around you don't have these dreams. No one around you wants to live the life that you want to live. And I realized, I was 14 years old, and looking back on that now, I was like, why me out of everyone? And everyone has these little desires that they were placed with, but not absolutely everyone. Like 99% of people do not. So you watching this video, if you have a random desire placed in your head, that's step one. Why would you feel like you need something when it was already given to you mentally? You think if that desire was given to you mentally and you were able to visualize and you had images of yourself getting rich every single day, that it's not yours to get in the material world? Absolutely it is. Everything that we have in here is a blueprint to show us how to get it into the material world. So that's the first step to detach from it. Know that it's already going to happen because the desire already got placed in your head. And yes, workflow comes next. If you can detach from your work and you can only focus on the internal and the amount of, why do you think the quote, work smart and not hard is a real thing? I did not work hard physically to get here. I worked hard mentally. I only focused on myself and the internal and the work that I was doing without caring about the results behind it. I knew where it was going to get me. I knew that every single day the work that I was putting in is going to make me a millionaire, and then it did. I didn't care about the money. I was like, okay, maybe this is my thought loops like back when I was 16. Okay, maybe today I'm not going to make that much money because I woke up late and I didn't work hard. But why did I think that? Some days I work 30 minutes a day and I make the most money of my life. You getting rich is not a result of the work that you do at all. It's your mental. Every single thing. It's like things flow to us when we feel that they are destined to flow to us. So if you feel like this life is destined to flow to you, and you feel like you becoming a millionaire and you getting rich is destined to flow to you, why would you think that you need it? No, it already happened. You are already rich. There's a version of yourself that's already a millionaire out there. So let it go. Let money come to you. That's obviously the first step, is realizing that it should come to you by you getting the desire placed inside of your head. And then obviously, the next way to detach is just absolutely do the best work that you ever can without focusing on what's going to come out of it. Because you should already know that good results are going to come out of it. You should know that you are going to get rich from doing that work. And that's literally all that the law of detachment is. It's fairly simple, but people overcomplicate it. But This life was already given to you. You already are a millionaire somewhere, and if it's not physical yet, it's mental. You still have it in your mental. You still feel it every single day that one day it's going to come. So let it flow to you, let it come, because one day it is going to come to you. And obviously you're going to have to put in work and stuff, but you have to detach from where the work is going to get you. Because the moment you are working the hardest of your life and you still are not making money, that's when you're going to freak out. And humans are the worst when we even anxiety, doubt, and fear. You think anyone who conquered land, they had any fear that they weren't going to win wars or they weren't going to conquer the whole land? You think they had any fear, anxiety, or doubt? No, absolutely not. And even if they did, they would use it as a tool. These are certain things in the world, like law of detachment, law of attraction. These are literally laws that God governed to be true. Like, these are things that work, like manifestation. I used to think it was some foo-foo stuff, but no, it's real. And like, you're manifesting good and bad things in your life. That's the problem. And obviously, anytime you have anxiety, you are manifesting bad things in your life. So when you can get to the point where none of this matters anymore and you're only focused on the internal, not the external, that is when you will get as rich as humanly possible. And everything will come to you. Woman, fame, money, everything. Not just money. Everything. Focus on just becoming the most powerful version of yourself in the world internally and mentally, and then it's going to reflect. The outer world reflects your inner state. It does. Truly it does. So if you don't believe that you were destined to get this life, you're not going to get this life ever. I don't care if you have a good desire of you getting rich or not. If you don't believe it to be true and you don't believe that it can happen, it is not going to happen. But belief is all you need. You don't need to think about it every single day and be like, oh, I'm not making that much money right now. If you were that confident in yourself to know that you were destined to live this life, it's going to come, which is why I say confidence is the most important thing 100%. I don't believe in this be delusional in order to get rich. I wasn't delusional because I knew that I got the desired place in my head. I knew that since I had a desired place inside of my head that told me I could get rich, where I could imagine it every day and I could visualize it every day, that it was true. And I knew one day it would come, so I let go of everything. I dropped out of high school. That's how confident I was. A lot of people are not willing to take those certain risks. The reason you should take risks and the reason I was able to take risks is because I knew what was already going to happen, so nothing mattered. I could have dropped out of middle school, I still knew I would have got rich. I could have went down any path in my life and still got rich because I was completely detached from it, because I knew it was going to happen. You need 100% confidence. You need to learn how to detach from everything and realize that you got a desired place inside of your head that told you you could get rich, which means you are already rich.